A lot of people know how it feels when you take a deep breath. It can be really calming.
And while that simple behavior can help anyone, there are some people who need help remembering when to use and take that pause. Chris Costa sat in on a yoga class full of women who need that help and talked with them about the ripple effects.
Welcome. So let's all come down to sit on our mats whenever you're ready.
This is one of the few choices these women are allowed to make.
Here, maybe palms face up or palms face down. You choose.
This is yoga class.
And then go ahead and take a nice deep breath in through the nose.
At the Cumberland County Jail.
And then a nice big sigh out through the mouth.
In this female-only group is 30-year-old Alyssa Keating.
Exhale.
I had a pretty toxic home life as a kid and into my young adult to adult life. Some my own doing, but some not so much, out of my control.
She is getting that control back, in part, through this class, a trauma-informed yoga class.
A lot of people in my classes, have never even taken a deep breath. They don't know what that feels like in their body. A lot have experienced trauma where you'll find there's a disconnect between the body and that disassociation.
And then we'll inhale.
Listen closely to how instructor Kate Osler guides them through each movement.
That everything is optional today. There are no expectations. There's no wrong way to practice.
Choices, freedom to make their own decisions, a power that Alyssa is starting to reclaim.
I have dealt with a lot of physical and mental abuse, trauma, and I have had to really kind of work on that the last 4 months, regardless of the circumstances.
Inside the correction system, known for restrictions, not choices, Lieutenant Kieran Sheehan knew that needed to change.
We're trying new models to stop recidivism. Part of our mission statement, only a small part of it is, we want to return an offender back to society better than the way they came in. All of this is not losing sight of the fact that we're a jail and we don't lose sight of the criminality there.
During their day, they're being told everything is regimented, their meals are regimented, their rec time is regimented. They don't have a lot of say in their day-to-day activities. So this is one time when they can choose exactly what they want to do when they want to do it.
And I think a lot of these staff members are finally acknowledging that maybe a different approach would be more effective.
And exhale.
And they're not the only ones. Kate works for Sea Change Yoga. She and her coworkers have taught classes at the Androscoggin County Jail and one of the state prisons.
Once they're able to feel like they are back in their body and they have that autonomy, they can make better choices and they can really feel that sort of change and utilize those tools to just make positive changes for themselves.
Tools these women cannot touch, but can certainly feel.
It's something that I have to learn to rewire my entire brain. Being able to go through classes like this have really helped.
Center, give your knees a little squeeze.
Mandissa Jackson is in recovery and awaiting trial on drug charges.
I'm not so quick to impulsive behaviors where I take deep breaths and I think about the things that I'm saying or doing instead of just quickly jumping into an argument or doing things without thinking.
If someone realizes the work that they put in here and they continue that work on the outside, it's not going to come back.
Changing minds in more ways than one.
What I've gone through doesn't define me. How I may have been treated or reacted to that treatment doesn't define who I am and what I'm capable of giving or receiving.
In Portland, Chris Costa, News Center, Maine.
Lieutenant Sheehan says having happier, calmer inmates also makes the working environment safer for those corrections officers, which many jails in Maine still desperately need more of.